The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 10 stakes from 5 different tracks, including an unexpected winner of the Grade 1 Arlington Million. We begin with marathon turf horses at Arlington Park in the American St. Ledger. The field included last year's winner Dandino, but the 3-1 favorite was another European import, Eye of the Storm. John G. Dooley picks up the call.
Big kick up the back of the course from the Pizza Man, still tracking well there for Florent Giroux. Eye of the Storm holding down third. Infinite Magic rated fourth. Dandino now getting his cue from Frankie Dettori, and Dandino quickens outside of Infinite Magic. Sun Tracer is next. Big kick with 4 furlongs to go. Then comes Moro Tap, Havana Beat, Admiral Kitten in and amongst those back markers, along with Moment in Time up the rail. Admiral Kitten has dropped back to last. Big kick to 3 furlongs out. Drop back sharply. It's the Pizza Man! The Pizza Man in front through the far turn of the 2.5. Eye of the Storm being ridden to challenge. Dandino's come under a ride too. On the outside, Sun Tracer hard ridden. Havana Beat trying to pick it up. Infinite Magic, Moment in Time got held up. Moro Tap, Admiral Kitten, and Big Kick plummeted back to last. It's the Pizza Man into the stretch. The Pizza Man leads by 4. Dandino trying hard and trying to reel in the Pizza Man. Eye of the Storm's been left back. Havana Beat's running on. They come inside the final half furlong. The Pizza Man has dug his heels in. Dandino Walhart. It's the Pizza Man. The Pizza Man with his biggest delivery yet.
The Pizza Man holds off defending champion Dandino by a length. Florent Giroux aboard in 2:47.2. The Pizza Man has won 5 consecutive stakes, including the Grade 3 Stars and Stripes at 1.5 miles over the course. The 6-year-old gelding by English Channel was bred in Illinois by his owner, Midwest Thoroughbreds Incorporated. The Pizza Man has earned $730,000. Roger Brueggemann trains the winner. To Woodbine for the Grade 2 Sky Classic Stakes. Aldous Snow, the 2-1 favorite. Dan Loisel has the call.
50 3/5 of a second for the opening half mile. And it's Reporting Star as they head to the half-mile pole. Money Talker continues to stalk. Forte de Marmy has improved to the inside. Caribou Gardens is to the outside. Then we have a River 7, Dynamic Sky, and Aldous Snow. They ran 3/4 in 15-1. Reporting Star still there as they head over to the top of the stretch. Campbell's asking Money Talker for more run on the outside. Caribou Gardens is in that gold cap, and they're inside the quarter pole. Money Talker asked for everything he has between horses. On the outside is Caribou Gardens. Reporting Stars dead game on the inside. Those 3 noses apart in the last 1/8 of a mile. Caribou Gardens is coming on for Contreras now to Poconos in front. And it's Caribou Gardens, a narrow lead. They're coming down to the line. Caribou Gardens has won the Sky Classic.
Caribou Gardens takes it by 3/4 of a Reporting Star, who has a nose on Money Talker for place. Luis Contreras, the winning jockey in 2:02.2. Winner of an optional claimer over the main track at Woodbine in his latest, the Josie Carroll trainee, was making his stakes debut. The 4-year-old colt by Flower Alley was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Eugene Melnick. Caribou Gardens has earned $212,000. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series.
A new challenge has begun, and for the world's top thoroughbreds, there's a new reason to keep running. Win, and they're in. All summer long, the best horses will race to earn a spot in the richest event in horse racing. Don't miss the drama that unfolds in the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. All summer long on NBC and NBCSN.
It all started with a dream. A dream to be the best. To breed the best. To race the best.
Super Saver Russell Meyer. What a finish to the classic.
And to stand the best. WinStar Farm, dedicated to the dream.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Discover beautiful Ocala, Marion County, horse capital of the world. I'm Valerie Daly. Let me show you all our area has to offer. Here are a few recent listings. Saddlebrook Equestrian Estates, Champions Circle, Countryside Farm, and Ivy Lane. Ocala, Marion County. Come for a visit and you'll see why it's a great place to live.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Alabama Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with 3-year-old sprinters at Monmouth Park in the Grade 3 Jersey Shore Stakes. Favorite Tail, the 6-5 favorite, Travis Stone picks up the call.
Round the far turn, dead ceiling, narrow lead. Favorite Tail 3 wide. Prudhoe Bay down at the rail. Glack into 4 wide round the far turn run. But right there at the outside as they turn for home. And then it's Wonderfella down inside and Griff wide open. Top of the stretch, Prudhoe Bay tried to cut the corner. Favorite Tail coming after Prudhoe Bay. Glack into on the outside with a big effort. Furlong to go. Prudhoe Bay digging in. Favorite Tail can't get by. 16th out. Prudhoe Bay with something left for the stretch drive. And Paco Lopez and Prudhoe Bay win the Jersey Shore.
Prudhoe Bay defeats the favorite Tail by 3/4 of a length. Paco Lopez aboard the Florida bred in 109 flat. Winner of the OBS Sprint Championship in his 3-year-old debut, Prudhoe Bay defeated State Breds in the OBS Sophomore Sprint Championship at Tampa Bay Downs in April. The Eddie Plesa trainee adds a graded stakes victory to his resume in the Jersey Shore. Prudhoe Bay has earned $191,000 for Russellwood Farm Incorporated. The colt by Song and a Prayer was bred in Florida by Russellwood Farm. Florida breds, race him or chase him. To Arlington Park for the Grade 1 Secretariat Stakes. European import Adelaide, the 11-10 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
A half mile for Tourist, 48 and 4/5 seconds. Tourist in front of the 4.5. General Jack trying to narrow the margin. Ryan Moore and Adelaide third on the outside and in touch with Tourist as they head to the half-mile pole. Sheldon is saving ground in 4th. Highball 5th on the outside and 5 lengths off of Tourist, whose 3/4 of a mile was 1 minute 13 and 2/5 seconds. Global View still 9 lengths in arrears. And last of all is Divine Oath, but now with inside 3 furlongs to go. General Jack comes to take on Tourist in earnest, and Adelaide is poised to go 3 wide. Highball within range. Sheldon toward the inside, then farther back to Global View worked off the rail, and Divine Oath last. Heads are turned for home. It's Adelaide. Adelaide has swooped down in front of Tourist. General Jack between horses. Sheldon, Highball. Global View down the center of the course. Divine Oath was outpaced. Adelaide drifts. Adelaide drifts, coming inside the final half furlong, but keeping on for Ryan Moore. Tourist toward the rail. It's Adelaide, and Adelaide pushed out to win the Secretariat Stakes.
The favorite Adelaide outfinishes pace setter Tourist by 1.25 lengths. Ryan Moore aboard in 2:02 and 1. A Group Stakes winner in Ireland and runner-up in Group Stakes in England and France this season, the Irish-bred colt by Galileo finished second as the favorite in his U.S. debut, the Grade 1 Belmont Derby. A record 3rd winner of the Secretariat for trainer Aidan O'Brien, Adelaide has earned nearly $707,000 for Derek Smith, Susan Magner, Michael Tabor and partners. To Saratoga for 3-year-old turf fillies in the Grade 2 Lake Placid Stakes. Only 4 went postward with Crown Queen, the 6-5 favorite. Tom Durkin has the call.
Around the far turn, 3/4 up in 1-12 and 3. Duff 1 still on top. Crown Queen to the attack, but still second. Excellence just in behind the lead. She'll need to get some running room. And Minaret sweeps to the outside for the stretch drive here. Excellence in a little bit tight. Duff 1 trying to hang in there. She's very game. Excellence trying to come through the inside. Crown Queen, Minaret 4th, down to the final 100 yards. Excellence comes on through. Crown Queen on the outside. Those two driving finish. Crown Queen won.
Crown Queen takes it by half a length over long shot Duff 1 for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. John Velasquez up in 1:47 and 4. The 3rd consecutive victory for the regally bred filly. A maiden winner in her seasonal debut at Belmont Park, the Belmont trainee was favored off a 4-length allowance victory at Saratoga. The filly by Smart Strike was bred in Kentucky by Pallades Investments Incorporated and is a half-sister to 3-time champion Royal Delta. A $1.6 million Keeneland November Wingling, Crown Queen has earned $293,000 for Bessie Lou Stables. Cross country for the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks. New York shipper Sea Queen, the 7-5 favorite. Trevor Denman has the call.
They head towards the half-mile pole now, and it is still My Conquistador going along comfortably, 1.5 lengths, but Sea Queen now tracking from second, 2 back to Terpen. Famous Alice at the rail, then comes Stellaris. Diversey Harbour getting closer on the far side. Stellaris goes to take them on too. Now they're turning the pressure on. Personal Diary Odysseia behind that. Coming to the top of the lane, My Conquistador is now tackled by Sea Queen. And Sea Queen goes looking for the lead. And behind that comes Famous Alice. They're at the top of the lane now, and it's Sea Queen striking the front and setting sail for home. My Conquistador tries to battle back. Here's Personal Diary with a late run on the outside. And look at Personal Diary's just sweeping right on by. Still under a hand ride, getting a few left taps now. But Personal Diary in a superb performance in the Del Mar Oaks.
9-1 Personal Diary, the last of first winner by 2 3/4 lengths over an 11-1 Stellaris. Corey Nakatani up in 1:47 and 2. Personal Diary had only a maiden win over the Ellis Park Turf Tour credit in 9 previous starts. But she was a close third in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes, then shipped to Del Mar to finish second in an off-the-turf optional claimer. The filly by City Zip was bred in Kentucky by her owners, G. Watts Humphrey Jr. and St. George Farm Racing. Personal Diary has earned $278,000. She's the first Grade 1 winner for trainer Vicky Oliver. Corey Nakatani with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Back to Saratoga for the Grade 1 Alabama Stakes. Stop Charging Maria, the even money favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
So entering the backstretch, it is Size who's setting the pace here. Stop Charging Maria right up on that pace now on the outside. A length off a 49 4/2 mile. So Junior Alvarado was able to slow that pace down on Size. Stop Charging Maria right up on the pace there. And then it's Catch My Drift, who's up and in between horses third. Miss Bessie Lou down toward the inside fourth. And America's in the clear as they move toward the half-mile pole. Unbridled Forever runs along in sixth. And then it's Joint Return, followed by Fortune Pearl. And the trailer has got lucky. There's less than a half mile to go. It's still Size in front. Stop Charging Maria, now called on for run by Johnny Velasquez. They're just a neck behind now as they move toward the top of the stretch. Miss Bessie Lou just in behind the lead. America driving up on the far outside fourth. Catch My Drift has lost several spots, back to fifth. Unbridled Forever moving to the far outside. She spun 6 wide. Joint Return cuts the corner. Got Lucky follows her. Top of the stretch, Miss Bessie Lou. Miss Bessie Lou is in front. Stop Charging Maria. And those two come to the 8th pole together. It is Stop Charging Maria who's roused to the lead, spurred on by Johnny Velasquez as they come down to the line. A final try on the outside from Joint Return. They're coming down to the finish. Stop Charging Maria has won the Alabama.
Stop Charging Maria holds off 24-1 Joint Return by 3/4 of a length. Miss Bessie Lou third for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. John Velasquez up in 2:05 flat. A 5-length winner of the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks, the Todd Pletcher trainee has won 3 consecutive graded stakes. The filly by Tail of the Cat was bred in Kentucky by Harvey Clark and Brookdale Farm. A $47,000 Keeneland September yearling, she was acquired by Rapoli Stables for $220,000 at the OBS March 2-year-old sale. Stop Charging Maria has banked $1,414,000. Stop Charging Maria paid $4 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. The Spendthrift Farm Stallions of the Week are Tisway, Victor's Cry, and Dublin, all currently the #1 freshman sires by yearling average in their respective states. Watch for more first yearlings by these exciting young Spendthrift stallions at upcoming sales.
At the top of the stretch, it's Tisway. Tisway by 4 as they come down to the line. Tisway takes the Met Mile with style. Look at the time, 1:32 and 4. Rail Trip is there. Giant Oak, flat out coming after him. It is Tisway in front, and Tisway was terrific.
Since 2000, runners by Pin Oak Stallions have won some of racing's most important stakes races and include Eclipse and Sovereign Award champions. Pin Oak is home to leading sire Broken Vow, sire of over 100 stakes horses, and Sky Classic. Pin Oak also stands young graded stakes winners Cowboy Cow and Alternation. Pin Oak Stud. Stake success is our goal.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Future champions, start here. Saturday, September 6th, the best live racing and the largest off-campus college party in the state is at Gulfstream Park. The Florida Sire Stakes. Florida's top 2-year-olds continue to battle for their share of $1.4 million in purses and the right to claim the title as Florida's best. College Day, Florida Sire Stakes, Saturday, September 6th. First race is 1:15. College Day, you must show current student ID to be admitted. Portion of the proceeds go to Thoroughbred Aftercare.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Sword Dancer Invitational just ahead of this segment. But first, turf fillies and mares in the Grade 1 Beverly D Stakes. Stephanie's Kitten, the 5-2 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
It's Latia who leads the way from a tracking I'm Already Sexy, who's up there for Florent Giroux. Somali Lemonade joined toward the rail by Just the Judge, racing a joint third. Emollient is in 5th. Euro Charlene, 6th toward the rail as they head to the half-mile pole in the Beverly D. And it's Latia who continues to shoulder the load from I'm Already Sexy, Somali Lemonade. Just the Judge's 4th, Emollient 5th. Alterite, 6th on the outside in the clear, but 8 lengths from the front. Euro Charlene ground saving to 3 furlongs out. Then Tannery Sparkling Beam. We come back then to the trailers. To the inside is Street of Gold. Stephanie's Kitten still 11th. Half 49 and 4. 6 furlongs for Latia. 1 minute 13 and 2/5 seconds. They turn the corner in the Beverly D. And it's Latia trying to do it all the way. I'm Already Sexy. Somali Lemonade. Euro Charlene's been switched out for a clear challenge. Just the Judge driven up the inside along with Street of Gold. They're deep in the final furlong. Here's Euro Charlene as Ryan Moore plays his hand. It's Euro Charlene close to the finish. Euro Charlene has won it from Stephanie's Kitten.
10-1 Euro Charlene holds off Stephanie's Kitten by 3/4 of a length. Back-to-back Grade 1 stakes victories for Ryan Moore. Time of the race 1:55 and 2. A close third in the Group 1 Coronation Stakes. The 3-year-old filly by My Boy Charlie was coming off a listed stakes victory at Ascot. Trained in Europe by Marco Botti, she will now join Todd Pletcher's stable. Team Valor International acquired the English-bred filly after she impressively won her first 2 starts over the all-weather track at Wolverhampton. Euro Charlene has earned $592,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Sword Dancer Invitational Stakes. Main Sequence, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
The field making their way toward the backstretch now. Imagining well in the grasp of Joel Rosario that tried to slow that pace down. Indeed, they did. 3/4 now in 12 and 3. Twilight Eclipse velcroed to the hip of Imagining. And then it's Prado Ole running along in third. And War Dancer has been guided to the outside for clear running as they approach the far turn. And then it's Amira's Prince now fifth toward the inside. Main Sequence and Perfect Timber as the field moves into the far turn. And Imagining keeps rolling along on the lead. He's now in front of length as the field hits the far turn. Twilight Eclipse now is sent after him. Now running second. War Dancer gaining momentum on the outside. And then El Prado will lay down toward the rail. Main Sequence is coming powerfully on the outside. And Amira's Prince is in behind horses as the field turns for home. Imagining and Twilight Eclipse going at each other. It's Imagining digging down deep. And he's a stubborn foe today. Imagining holding on to that lead. Twilight Eclipse has had the length of the stretch to get by him, and Main Sequence fires very late in the game. Coming down to the finish, Imagining, Main Sequence, here's the finish! Main Sequence got there!
Main Sequence closes strongly from the back of the field to defeat Imagining by a head. Rajiv Mirage aboard in 2:24 and 3, a 1:08 Briz speed rating. Back-to-back Grade 1 Stakes victories for the European import, who rallied from last to take the United Nations Stakes in his U.S. debut. A Group Stakes winner and runner-up in the Group 1 Epsom Derby at 3, Main Sequence was transferred to Graham Motion for the current campaign. The 5-year-old gelding by Aldebaran was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Flaxman Holdings Limited. Main Sequence has a bankroll of $1,288,000. Coming up, a gamble pays off in the Arlington Million.
Share what you love about Florida.
Living up at the Downs. Do you like having a great time with your friends and family? Then you will have a great time. Come out to Tampa Bay Downs and you will see Thoroughbred racing, Texas Hold'em tournaments. You gotta know when to pull them. Help your golf game at our practice range. You can bet there's so much more. Tampa Bay Downs, live it up at the Downs.
Hey racing fans! With EmpireCityBets.com, you can now place wagers from the comfort of home on thoroughbred and harness tracks around the world. Empire City Bets is an advanced deposit wagering service that offers both internet and phone wagering. With EmpireCityBets.com, you get sign-up bonuses up to $300, weekly promotions, and daily rewards on most tracks, including an industry high of 8% on Yonkers races. You also enjoy live video and race replays, and with exclusive content from some of the best handicappers around, there's no other place you'll want to bet. Don't race to any other site, race to EmpireCityBets.com.
Declaration of War has taken it up and wins the Queen.
Departing wins the Illinois Derby.
War Command has gone clear in the commentary.
Warfront has sired graded stakes winners on every surface and Grade 1 winners, both in the U.S. and abroad. To top it all, his $2.5 million colt was the highest price yearling at the Keeneland sale. Making a global impact, Warfront continues the legacy of his sire, Danzig. Warfront at Claiborne Farm.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the 32nd running of the Grade 1 Arlington Million. The field included last year's winner Real Solution, but the 9-5 favorite was Breeders' Cup Turf champion Magician. Here's the call by John G. Dooley.
And they're off in the Arlington Million. And here's Real Solution and Side Glance Magician. Closer toward the inside, the Arlington Handicap winner, Finnegan's Wake, attends the early pace. Hardest Core toward the inside. Smoking Sun is covered up in back of these, and toward the rail is Up with the Birds as they make their way past the stands. It's Side Glance and Magician closer toward the inside. So it's Side Glance who forges just in front for Jamie Spencer. Magician yields as they make their way toward the first turn. Hardest Core is saving ground, Finnegan's Wink, and on the outside. Real Solution up with these leaders. Then comes Smoking Sun, and settle back in last is Up with the Birds. The first quarter in 25 seconds flat. It's Side Glance who leads them to the back of the course. Side Glance flanked at the inside by Magician, who's close in tow there for Joseph O'Brien, and defending champion Real Solution in that Ramsey red cap third on the outside. Hardest Core holds the rail in fourth. Finnegan's Wake in fifth place for Ryan Moore, and 6 lengths off the leader. Side Glance making this backstretch run. Up with the Birds comes up the fence, and that relegates Smoking Sun to last. They head to the half-mile pole. A very easy lead afforded to Side Glance. The half-mile 49 and 2/5 seconds. 4 furlongs from the winning line for Side Glance, who continues to set the tone of the million. Magician is right there. Hardest Core nestled in toward the rail. Real Solution now getting his cue to go with over 3 furlongs from home. Up with the Birds and Smoking Sun. It's Side Glance. Magician being driven to challenge Side Glance as they come toward the quarter pole. Hardest Core worked off the rail. Real Solution. Up with the Birds. Red blinkers up the fence. Smoking Sun and Finnegan's Wake. It's Magician who took over into the stretch. Magician leads coming down toward the final furlong. From Side Glance toward the inside, trying to stay on. Here comes Hardest Core now for Louise Vaz. It's Hardest Core and Magician, and these two close to the finish, and it's Hardest Core edging clear at 11-1. Hardest Core has won.
Hardest Core runs by Magician to defeat the favorite by a length. Louise Vaz aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 2:01 and 2. Trainer Eddie Graham also entered Hardest Core in the American St. Ledger and considered running him in the Sword Dancer. But the gamble to start in the Arlington Million pays off as Hardest Core joins the ranks of Grade 1 winners. The rising turf star is 3 for 3 for Graham and Andrew Bentley Stables. The 4-year-old gelding was bred in Kentucky by Muller Farms Incorporated. Hardest Core has earned $842,000. Hardest Core was consigned by Adena Springs to the 2013 Keeneland November sale, where the racing prospect was purchased by Gregory Bentley for $210,000. Arlington Million winner Hardest Core, the Keeneland Sells Graduate of the Week. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.